Welcome, my fellow Knickerbockerians, and thank you for tuning in to another edition of Knicks on the Call, the number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play with me, your host, Severe Elder. This program is brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, streaming live to YouTube and Twitch TV. It's game time! Tonight's playoff matchup features your New York Knicks versus the Philadelphia 76ers. That's right, folks. It's game 2 of this best of 7 Eastern Conference semifinals matchup. So keep it right here, Knick fans, and get ready to lock in. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call. All right, my fellow Knickerbockerians, we're about to get tip-off underway on Game 2. Knicks in the first game flexed their superior dominance by putting on a defensive clinic and an offensive exhibition and setting NBA records and franchise records in the process. So we look for Philadelphia to bring their A game tonight and rebound from what was a tumultuous loss on their behalf, looking to even things up at 1 game apiece. Tonight should be a barn burner for sure. So remember, Knick fans, keep it locked in. Be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you're just finding us, you're listening to Knicks on the Call, where we keep it live, calling the games live, doing play-by-play commentary, getting your fan reactions in the chat, in the comments. The number one place to be for live New York Knicks play-by-play. So be sure to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Tap in with me. Drop your score predictions now. I want to know, what do you guys think is about to unfold in this one. As we get underway momentarily, you're rocking steady with Knicks on the call. All right, my fellow Knickerbockerins. Tip-off is about to be underway. Your starting five is the usual suspects. Jalen Brunson at the point guard. Playing shooting guard is Mikal Bridges. And your wings are Josh Hart, Anunoby with the Catman-Do. And we're off. Karl Anthony Towns has it as the Knicks win the tip at the circle. Whips it over to the right wing to Josh Hart. Josh Hart, step back, straight on three, off the rim and backboard, no good. Rebound Philly. Outlet Drummond to Paul George to Kelly Oubre. Inside for two-hand stuff. Here's Brunson the other way. Gets it to Mikal Bridges. Gets it over to the left wing to Karl Anthony Towns. Finds a cut in Mikal Bridges, who puts it in on the reverse layup.
Driving and thriving.
That time was Mikal Bridges. Philly has it. It's tied 2-2. 11 minutes early in this one. Here's Paul George working on Anunoby. Pull-up jump shot on the left wing over OG is good. Gives Philly a 4-2. Early lead in this one. Here's Brunson over to Hart. Three-point line extended. Whips it over to Mikal Bridges, left wing. Three-point lines extended. Over to Brunson. Gets past Edgecombe. Penetrates. Take the bump. Whip out the pass to Anunoby in the corner, and it bounces around, up and in for a three-point basket.
Rising and surprising.
Was OG Anunoby that time from the corner. Here's Philly in the front court. Paul George, right to left crossover, pull up Left wing three is money. 7-5 Philly. Here's Mikal Bridges across the timeline working on the right wing. DHO to Anunoby. Gives it to Karl Anthony Towns, center. 3-point line extended, does a sweep. Through move and picks up a foul on Andre Drummond, who had his hands too close to the cookie jar that time. As we take a look at the replay, Paul George looking to get it going early. Knicks will have it side out. Inbound Brunson the Cat. DHO back to Brunson. Looking for a screen. Edgecombe guarding him tightly. And looks like we have an offensive foul. It'll be on Karl Anthony Towns. Looking to set a screen for Brunson. And got hung up on it moving. They'll get him for a foul on this play. Karl Anthony Towns has to do better. Can ill afford to pick up early fouls. Getting in foul woes early. Philly has the ball. Knocked out of bounds by a Knick player. Philly will retain possession. Maxey inbound pass to Paul George. Almost stolen by OG Anunoby. And they get him for a backcourt violation that time. Turnover Philadelphia. Is OG with the pressure. On the inbounds pass from Tyrese Maxey to Paul George. Knicks will have it side out of bounds at the half court line. Brunson inbounds to Bridges, back to Brunson, being guarded tightly by VJ. Gets a screen from Towns. Driving left hand. In the painted area on the block. Kicks it back out to Karl Anthony Towns. Pump fakes. Drives into the lane. And he draws a foul on the play. And Karl Anthony Towns looked like he took a shot as he's grimacing on the floor as his teammates huddle over him. He gives them a head nod and says, all right, I'm okay. I'm just going to take a breather on this one as he got mauled and appalled by Kelly Oubre. Knicks looking for a possible flagrant foul. Wind up and follow through on that play, but they're probably going to rule he was going for the ball. As we take a look at the replay, definitely gets hit pretty hard on the drive on that one. Andre Drummond appeared to be shaken up on that play as Towns drove by him as well. Might have caught an inadvertent flailing arm from Towns, but the refs will be at the scorer's table taking a look at this play to see if it meets the criteria for a flagrant foul on Kelly Oubre. Ref still looking over this one as Philadelphia have a 7-5 lead with 9:22 remaining in the first. Tony Brothers has the call. All righty, just like I thought, there was wind up and follow through on the play. Kelly Oubre's foul has been upgraded to a flagrant foul, penalty 1. Karl Anthony Towns will shoot free throws and Knicks will have possession. First free throw is up and good from Karl Anthony Towns. 7-6 Philadelphia lead. Towns averaging 18.4 points per game and 10.6 rebounds with 6 assists in these playoffs thus far. Second attempt rattles around in and out. Let me know what you're thinking early in this one, Knickerbockerians. Make sure you give me your score predictions and leave it in the comments below or tap in with me in the chat. Back to live action. Anunoby inbounds to Karl Anthony Towns. He penetrates from the left side, driving right, puts a shoulder into Andre Drummond and puts it in for a strong layup.
Driving and thriving.
Was Karl Anthony Towns. Here's Edgecombe looking to work on Hart, trying to find a curling Bridges. And Drummond picks up a foul, trying to set a screen for Paul George coming around the curl. Nick Nurse is looking as if he may want to challenge this play as we take a look at it on the replay. Kind of a bang-bang situation there. Great hustle by OG. Staying attached to Paul George, trying to get over the screen. And that foul is going to stay on Drummond, and I don't think Nick Nurse is going to challenge. Knicks will have the possession. In the backcourt, side out. Brunson has the ball across the timeline. Here's Karl Anthony Towns looking to work on Drummond. Whips a pass over to the right wing corner for Josh Hart. 3, no good. Rebound Philadelphia. Here's Tyrese Maxey. New York leads 8-7 with 8:33 remaining in the first. Gets it over to Paul George. Over to Kelly Oubre. Drives. Loses the ball. Turnover. Bridges has it. Gets it to Hart. Hart whips it over to Anunoby for a rise up. Corner 3, no good. Philly the other way. Here's Edgecombe. Kicks it out to Drummond. Whips it over to Paul George. Left wing 3 is up and good. 10-8 Philadelphia lead. Here's Jalen Brunson. Working on Edgecombe. Gets it over to Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns whips it over to the left side. The Bridges who pulls up for 3, no good. Rebound Philly. Here's Maxey. Whips it over to Paul George, who's on a heater early in this one. Knocks down another left wing corner 3. 13-8. Philly leads. Paul George has 11 early in this one, shooting 3 for 3. Right wing 3, Jalen Brunson, no good. Here's Philly the other way. Tyrese Maxey in a hurry. Blurs by Mikal Bridges for the layup. Quick inbound pass to Josh Hart. He tries to push the pace but turns the ball over. Philly has it. Tyrese Maxey 3 up, no good. Rebound Knicks. Here comes Bridges the other way. Gets it to Anunoby. Anunoby whips it to Karl Anthony Towns, who drives 2 long steps. Puts up a float over Drummond, and it's good.
Gyrating, devastating.
Karl Anthony Towns. Here's Philly. Turnover. Knicks have it. Brunson to Anunoby for the reverse 2-hand backwards jam.
Huffing and stuffing.
That time was Anunoby. brings the Knicks within 3, 15-12 Philly. Here's Tyrese Maxey. Inside floater in the lane, no good. Rebound, Josh Hart pushes. Mikal Bridges down the lane. Good with the right hand layup, putting pressure on the rim was Mikal Bridges.
Driving and thriving.
That time, taking it strong to the basket. 15-14, Philly leads. Here's Edgecombe with it. Over to Oubre, right side to Maxey. Gets blitz, he gives it up back to Edgecombe, looking to penetrate on Towns. He flips it up on the drive inside over Towns for two. Back the other way is Josh Hart. Gets it to Towns. Pump fake three. Two big step. Drives down into the lane, and Drummond raises his hands and say, I got him that time. It'll be a foul on Andre Drummond, his second. That'll send Karl Anthony Towns to the line for two. And we have a break in action. Timeout. We'll return after these messages from our sponsors. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockerians, back to live action If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Knicks on the Call with your host, Severe Elder. When we went to break, it was a foul on Andre Drummond that has Karl Anthony Towns at the line shooting 2. His first attempt is up, and it's good. Brings the Knicks within 2. Karl Anthony Towns' second attempt is up, and it's good. 17-16. Philly leads with 5:47 remaining in the first. Here's Edgecombe looking to work on Hart. Whips it over to the opposite side, right wing. Paul George 3, short. Side iron, Knicks up into the front court. Josh Hart whips a pass over to Towns. Gets it over to Anunoby. Anunoby inside. Over Bona. For the layup on the inside. Strong to the rim that time. Here's Philly. Edgecombe will have it in the front court. Working on Bridges. Looking for a switch onto Towns. Bridges fights over it. Edgecombe drives. And Bridges manages to get a hand on the ball on that drive and deflects it out of bounds. As we take a look at the replay of Anunoby getting a nice dime pass from Karl Anthony Towns, doing his best Jokic impression in these playoffs. And Anunoby will take a seat, averaging 21, just under 22 points a game in these playoffs. Back to live action. Here's Maxey. Pull-up jumper. Right wing, no good. Rebound, Bona. Over to Quentin Grimes. Substitutions for the Knicks is Clarkson. In the game with McBride along with Hart, Brunson, and Karl Anthony Towns. 3-point shot. Paul George front iron, short. Rebound, Knicks. Here's Brunson in the front court. Working on Oubre. Penetrates. Puts up the layup shot, no good, way off that time. Here's Paul George back the other way. Step through, gives the ball up to Grimes. Grimes penetrating on the drive, right-handed from the left side, and he looks like he picks up a foul, taking it strong to the rim. And that one is going to be on Towns, and that'll be number 2 on Karl Anthony Towns. Has 7 points in 7 minutes with 2 fouls. He'll be replaced by Ariel Hukporti, who checks into the game seeing some early action as Towns is relegated to the pine with foul woes. He has to learn to do a better job on his defensive positioning, as well as how he's going to screen when it comes to the offensive end. We're tied at 18 all with Grimes at the line. Knocks down the second. 19-18 Philly. 4:25 remaining in the first. Here's Brunson across the timeline. Getting a lot of pressure from the neophyte Edgecombe. Looking to penetrate. A lot of dribbling. Floater. Shot is up. Air ball, no good. Attempt to rebound the ball. Hukporti knocks it off of his own foot out of bounds. Philly has it. In the front court. Edgecombe to Maxey. Maxey waves off the bonus screen. Sees a double. Gets the ball over. Swing to Oubre for a wide open right wing corner 3 is good. 22-18 Philly. Here's Brunson into the front court. DHO to Josh Hart. Oubre gets a hand on it. Josh Hart retrieves it in the backcourt. Whips it over to Clarkson. Drives straight down the middle. Teardrop right hand floater shot. No good. But looks like Clarkson is going to be fouled on that drive. as he looked to put pressure on the rim that time. He'll be shooting 2. First attempt is up and good. 22-19. Philly leads early in this one with 3:39 remaining in the first. Here's Clarkson, second attempt. Back irons it no good, but he gets his own rebound, and looks like we got a possible lane violation. And that one is going to be charged against Philly. Against Quentin Grimes, who was a little too anxious that time. Here's the do-over attempt, Clarkson. Free throw is up and good. 22-20. New York Knicks Philly lead. 3:30 remaining in the first. Here's Edgecombe. Gets it over to Grimes. Gets the screen from Bona. Driving right hand, right side. Whips the pass cross court to Oubre for a left wing corner 3 is good. 25-20 Philadelphia. Here's Huck Porty to Josh Hart. Penetrating. Stops. Stuck in the lane. Kicks out to McBride. Gets it back over to Hart. Almost a turnover. BJ Edgecombe picking up Hart. Guarding tightly. Whips a pass to the middle to Brunson. And he's fouled. Looks like they're going to get Quentin Grimes on this one. Reaching in. Looking to get into the passing lane. But manages to pick up a foul. Knicks are in the bonus. That'll send Brunson to the line for 2. 3:05 remaining in the first quarter. 25-20. Philadelphia lead. Brunson averaging just under 28 points per game in these playoffs. His first attempt is up and it's good. 25-21. As Anunoby checks back into the game. Jalen Brunson's second attempt is up and good. 25-22, Philadelphia leads. Here's McBride picking up Maxey in the backcourt. Gets it over to VJ. Gets it over to Bona. DHO to Grimes, guarded by McBride. He penetrates left to right. Pull up, stop and pop, no good. Grimes back iron. Rebound McBride. Brunson now has it in the front court. Right to left dribble, a little too loosey-goosey that time. Turns over the ball. Gets it in. Philly in transition. VJ Edgecombe putting pressure on the basket against McBride and draws a foul. And VJ Edgecombe will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws right after this timeout. You're listening to Knicks on the Call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
right, Knickerbockerians, we're back to live action. (25-22). Sixers lead by 3. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Knicks on the Call. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Tap in with me. Let me know how you're feeling early in this one. As VJ Edgecombe is at the line for 2. First attempt is up, and it's no good. Back ironed it long that time. Here's his second attempt. It's up and good. Philly leads by 4. Your 5 on the floor is McBride, Anunoby, Clarkson, Brunson, and Hug-Porty, who's seeing early action due to Karl Anthony Towns' foul woes. DHO Hug-Porty to McBride. Drives. Left hand into the lane. Flip shot at the basket is rejected by Paul George. As McBride didn't quite get leverage on that drive. Looking over to the ref for a foul, but to no avail. Here's Brunson. Inbounds to Hug-Porty underneath their own basket, and he puts it in for a two-hand stuff.
Slamming and jamming.
Was Hug-Porty that time. Here's Quentin Grimes. Hands to Bona. Drives. Penetrates. Try to take it over up top on Hug-Porty for stuff, and he misses it. But they get Hug-Porty for a foul, which is kind of questionable. I didn't see anything there. As we take a look at the replay, the bounce inbound pass from Brunson to Hug-Porty for the two-hand stuff. Back to live action. Bona at the line for 2. First free throw is up and good. 27-24. Philadelphia leading early in this one with 1:56 remaining in the first quarter. It's your Eastern Conference semifinals matchup. Game 2. Knicks are looking to go up 2-0. Bona's second attempt is up and it's no good. Rebound Hug-Porty, his Brunson the other way. Into the front court. Gets a screen from Hug-Porty. On the left side, driving left. Pull up three-pointer, and it's good.
Rising and surprising.
Jalen Brunson, that time off the screen. Here's Bona, inside. Kicks it out to Oubre, whips it to Grimes into the corner. He goes up, and he'll turn it over. As Clarkson met him at the rim that time, forcing a turnover. And before I thought maybe Nick Nurse signaled for a challenge as the Knicks were trying to inbound, but they didn't get it. Instead, Brunson draws a foul on Edgecombe on the inbound play. That'll send him to the line for 2. Knicks are in the bonus. Jalen Brunson with 5 points early in this one. 27 all. First free throw attempt is up, and it's good. Here's Jalen Brunson's second attempt. And it's up and good. Knicks lead now 29-27. Here's Clarkson putting pressure on VJ Edgecombe in the backcourt. He finally gets it across the timeline, almost a backcourt violation. Gets it to George. Give and go. Back to VJ Edgecombe. Takes it inside. Strong. And they'll whistle Huck Porty for a foul, as he looked like he went straight up. Not quite sure what the ref saw there. If I'm Mike Brown, do I want to risk challenging it? I guess not, because Edgecombe's at the line already taking his free throws. First one is up, and it's no good. Ball don't lie. 29-27. 1:10 remaining in the first. Knicks lead. Both teams are in the bonus. VJ Edgecombe's second attempt is up, and it's good. 28-29. Philly trails. Here's Brunson bringing it up court. Gets it into the front court. Here's Huck Porty to set a screen. He turns it down. He drives on Bona. Left-hand side. Left-hand layup. Blocked by Bona from behind. Here's Maxey the other way. Putting the pressure on the basket. Drives inside. Flip shot at the basket is no good. And they'll call a foul. Looks like Maxey will go to the line. And they might have gotten Clarkson. Either Huck Porty or Clarkson will pick up this foul. And it's on Huck Porty. And that'll give him his third. So now you have both big men in early foul woes. Huck Porty with 3 and Karl Anthony Towns with 2, as Jeremy Sohan is going to play some 5 duty. Checks into the game, replacing Huck Porty. 46.7 seconds remaining in the first, and we're tied 29 all. Second attempt by Maxey is good. Blitzing Brunson in the backcourt. Whips it over to Clarkson. He brings it up over the timeline. Gets it back over to Brunson. Brunson looking to penetrate with the right hand. Driving on the right side. Step back. Jumper is good. Over Edgecombe.
Rising and surprising.
Was Brunson that time. Here's Maxey. 10-second difference between shot clock to game clock. 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. New York lead 31-30. Gets it over to Edgecombe. Whips it to Quentin Grimes, who knocks down a right wing 3 to put Philly back up by 2. New York will hold for 1. Shot clock is off. 5 seconds remaining. Gets it over to OG. Penetrates, stop, pops around the free throw line area, way off as the shot goes awry to the left. And that'll do it for the end of the first quarter. Philadelphia leads 33-31. And we'll return right after these messages. You're listening to Knicks on the Call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
All right, Knickerbockers, as we're about to get the second quarter underway momentarily. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Knicks on the Call, calling Knicks games, doing live play-by-play, all the action, every moment, every run, and everything in between. So be sure to stay locked in. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Your support is much appreciated. So tap in with me. Drop your score predictions right now. And again, hit that like button. Let me know how you're feeling out there as we're locked in a tight one thus far. Knicks looking to put a clamp on this game to put them up 2-0. They can ill afford to lose home court. Back to live action. Philly has the ball. Maxey inside to Paul George, working on the elbow, right side against Anunoby. Finds a cutting Tyrese Maxey for a two-hand stuff on the back door as McBride got beaten on that play. Your 5 on the floor. Alvarado, Towns, McBride, Anunoby, and Mikal Bridges. Here's Towns. Penetrating on Bono on the right side. Takes a stop and pop jumper off the bank. Shot is good.
Gyrating, devastating.
Was Karl Anthony Towns. Oh my goodness, as he looks like he picks up another foul. Just checked back into the game and picks up his third foul. Let's see what we have here. That foul looks a bit questionable. But again, Karl Anthony Towns has to put himself in a better defensive stance. So you don't even give the referee an opportunity to make a call like that, as he's relegated back to the bench, replaced by Josh Hart. And here's Maxey on the drive to the basket. Reverse flip shot. No good, but he draws a foul on Miles McBride, as McBride looks befuddled about this one. And honestly, I can't say that I saw much there, as let's see if they'll show the replay, as Maxey will go to the line for 2. No replay. Maxey puts up the first shot, is good. 36-33 Philadelphia with 11:10 remaining in the second quarter. Substitutions as the Knicks look to get their personnel together. On the floor is Hart, Alvarado, Anunoby, Bridges, and McBride. Here's Alvarado into the front court screen. Josh Hart probing inside, flip shot, layup blocked by Oubre, pinned to the backboard. Here's Philly the other way. Maxey working on McBride, center stage, whips a pass over to Bono, almost loses it. Does that time, gets it poked away by Josh Hart. Here's Knicks in transition. Bridges will have it. Working on Quentin Grimes. Gets it over to the right side to Hart. Back to Bridges. Gets a screen from Hart. Bridges into the lane. Nothing there. Whips it to Anunoby for left wing 3. In and out. No good. Rebound Philly. Here's Maxey into the front court. Penetrating. Trying to create. Flip shot at the basket. Nothing there. Rebound, Bona put back, no good, but he draws a foul. And this one will be assessed to Anunoby as the refs are clutching their whistles pretty tight today in this one. Didn't see much there. As we take a look at the replay, it was Bona who got that block on the other end, not Oubre. He's at the line shooting 2, misses the first. Second attempt is up, and it's good. It's a 38-33 Philly lead. Here's Alvarado on the inbounds. Crosses the timeline. Gets a screen from Josh Hart. He whips it over to Bridges. From the right side, driving left. Stop, pop at the free throw line. Elbow is good.
Rising and surprising.
Was Mikal Bridges. Here's Philly. Maxey. Left wing 3 is good. 41-35 Philly. Here's Alvarado in a hurry. Working three-point line extended on the left side. Brings it to the middle, finds a cutting Anunoby, who gets it up, flips it up and in. Off the backboard that time.
Penetrating, creating.
Was Anunoby taking it strong. Philly the other way. Whips a pass over to George. Alvarado gets into the passing lane. Ends up in Grimes' hands, who tries a reverse but gets pinned to the backboard by Anunoby. Back the other way to Knicks. Alvarado with a pull-up. Stop and pop. Right wing 3 is good.
Rising and surprising.
Alvarado bringing the Knicks within 41-40 with 9:10 remaining. Here's Maxey working on McBride. Turnaround jumper on the right side is good. 43-40 Philadelphia. Knicks in a hurry. In the front court, Bridges has it. Looking to get a screen from Josh Hart. Working on Oubre. And it'll be an offensive foul. Illegal screen on Josh Hart. A lot of fouls being called early in this one. 43-40 Philadelphia leads. With just over 9 minutes remaining in the second. Refs are calling it tight. Mainly Tony Brothers. Has a lot of air in his whistle tonight. Here's Philly. Paul George has it. Whips it over the edge, comb to Maxey. Being guarded by Bridges. Gets the switch on Alvarado. 3-point line extended. Backing him down, takes a fadeaway. Foul line, elbow, left wing shot over Alvarado is good. 45-40 Philadelphia leads. Here's Alvarado. Whips it over to Bridges, back to Alvarado. Gets it inside on the wing, left wing to Hart. Gets it to Bridges. Bridges stop, pop. Same spot, left wing. Foul line, elbow is good. Here's Maxey the other way. To Paul George. Between the legs dribble. Working on Anunoby. Dead on 3, no good. Rebound Bona. Out to Edgecombe. Penetrating. Flip shot, alley-oop to Bona. But the ref will wave this one off. Tony Brothers waves the shot off. But it was a foul on the pass. As Clarkson, substitution into the game, replacing Miles Deuce McBride. Philly will have it side out of bounds. Huck Porty back into the game, replacing Anunoby. On the floor with Clarkson, Hart, Alvarado, and Bridges. Here's Paul George. Almost has his pocket picked by Josh Hart. Gets it over to Maxey. Backing down Alvarado on the right wing. Turnaround fadeaway, no good. But they got a foul call on Alvarado. As Maxey was backing him down, a lot of contact. And at this point, it's just looking ticky-tack. as Maxey is throwing elbows and forearms into Alvarado, and Alvarado doesn't even touch him on his spin around shot. I think Mike Brown has to challenge this one, but it might be too early in the game, as it'll send Maxey to the line for 2. Ball is front rim, rolls off, no good. Ball don't lie, as it was clearly no foul by Alvarado on that play. That has Maxey at the line, shooting the second of 2 attempts. Shot is up, and it's good. 46-42, Philadelphia lead with 7:40 remaining in the second. Tyrese Maxey has 16 points and 4 rebounds. Here's Brunson, the hug Porty, to Bridges, to Clarkson. Clarkson inside, drives, whips it to Hart for a left wing corner 3, no good. Rebound Clarkson. Whips it back up top to Brunson. Brunson penetrates, stop at the foul line. Free throw area extended, jumper no good. Rebound, Hug Porty put back, no good to Clarkson. Put back, no good. Philly has it. Into the front court. Paul George over to Kelly Oubre, who goes up for a stuff. Misses everything. Ball goes out of bounds, and the ref rules it Philly ball, as they'll take a look at it. As the Knicks fans saying, "What are you looking at, Tony?" And the call is reversed. Knicks will have it. 46-42, Philadelphia lead with 7:08 remaining in the second. Bridges to inbound in the backcourt. To Clarkson, back to Bridges. Being pressed by Tyrese Maxey. A lot of contact there, but there's no foul. Whips it over to Hug Porty. Looking to get the offense started from the center. Here's Brunson. Working on Edgecombe between the legs. Whips a pass into Bridges, but it's deflected. Philly the other way. Maxey, 3-point shot, no good. Follow tip back, put in by Andre Drummond. Here's Hart in a hurry the other way. Drops it off to Hug Porty, who drives inside, misses everything. Gets the rebound, whips it to Bridges, who whips it back inside to Clarkson for the scoop. Put back is good. And the pace is starting to hasten in this one. 48-44 Philly. Here's Maxey driving inside. Brunson looking to take a charge to no avail as Maxey gets the layup. Here's Clarkson the other way. Driving in on Oubre. Flip shot at the basket off the bank and good. 50-46 with 6 minutes remaining in the second quarter. As Tyrese Maxey will take a seat, and Nick Nurse wants to have a word with his team. And we'll have a word from our sponsors. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beat.
All right, Knickerbockers. We're back to live action. Philly has the ball. Here's Maxey working on Bridges. Try to draws a foul on the bump flip shot is no good. Clarkson on the floor with Huck, Porty, Bridges, Harden, Brunson. Tries to make a move inside and he turns it over. 50-46 Philadelphia lead. Maxey with a pass inside to Oubre for the two-handed jam. 52-46 Philadelphia. 5:10 remaining in the second. Here's Brunson working on Edgecombe, penetrating. Takes the bump. Flip shot inside the paint is up and good.
Wheeling and dealing.
Was Brunson that time. Here's Maxey the other way. Whips a pass over to Oubre to the corner, intercepted by Josh Hart. Knicks on the break. Gets it over to Clarkson for a right wing three is up, no good. Rebound Philadelphia as another foul is called. This time again on Huck, Porty. Battling for the rebound with Drummond. And the referees are just atrocious in this one. No one on the floor can say it, so I'll say it for them. These are some awful calls. Bad calls. And the game hasn't even really been all that chippy. But Philly's in the bonus, and that'll send Drummond to the line, whose first free throw is good. Substitution into the game. Anunoby replacing Huck, Porty, who picked up his fourth foul. And Landry Shamet checks into the game. On the floor is Bridges, Hart, Anunoby, Brunson, and Shamet. As Andre Drummond knocked down the second free throw. Here's the Knicks into the front court. Brunson working on VJ, penetrating inside, Euro. Left hand layup off the bank shot is good.
Driving and thriving.
That time, Jalen Brunson with 13 points, 3 assists. Here's Maxey looking to work on Bridges on the right side. DHO to Edgecombe. On the right side, driving left. Between the leg dribble, fake step back, give and go from Grimes back to Edgecombe, who flips it up, it misses it. Rebound Knicks. Here's Brunson the other way. Drops it off to a bounce pass to Anunoby, who takes it inside for the punishment. The two-hand stuff getting by Andre Drummond that time on the play.
Puffing and stuffing.
Was OG. Here's Philly. Oubre. Drop off to Maxey. Maxey working on Hart on the right side on the block. Wild shot, no good. Here's Hart the other way. Alley-oop to Bridges is good for the Gotham lob.
Slamming and jamming.
In transition that time. Josh Hart pushing the pace. And we're tied at 54 all. 3 minutes remaining in the second. As VJ Edgecombe penetrates to the basket and looks like we have a stoppage in play here. As we take a look at the replay, Brunson with a nice dime dropping it off the OG. who drove inside, right to left for the two-hand stuffer. And that'll take us to another timeout. Remember, Knickerbockerians, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Tap in with me in the chat. Let me know how you feeling right now in this one. Nobody so far has an edge over the other. It's been pretty even, going back and forth with a quick pace to this one. A lot of bad foul calls. And the Knicks can't get into a flow because the refs are clutching, putting a lot of air into their whistles tonight. They're calling this one so far as if there was activity they need to clean up. Outside of the flagrant foul by Oubre on Towns early in the first, it really hasn't been too much chippiness. And to be quite honest with you, the Knicks look a little bit too relaxed, probably because they can't establish a rhythm due to all the bad foul calls. But we're tied at 54 in this one, as we'll get a word from our sponsors and pause for station identification. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
Severe Elder on the beats.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Back to live action. Philly will have it side out of bounds. Maxey inside to Oubre. 3-point line extended. Gives it to Paul George. Over to Grimes to Maxey. Back to Paul George working on Josh Hart. Sweep through move. And he gets Josh Hart on the reach in. That'll send Paul George to the line for two. Philly's in the bonus. And Josh Hart a little too aggressive that time. And the way this one is being called, he should have used more discretion. Got to stay out of foul trouble. It has kept Karl Anthony Towns so far on the pine in limited minutes. And it appears to be hurting the Knicks thus far. And a technical foul has been called on Josh Hart for his over-aggressive antics with the ref. And Maxey shoots the technical, and it's good. Paul George back to the line for two. Shot is up, no good. One shot for Paul George, excuse me. Here's the Knicks going the other way. Brunson pull up, right wing three is no good. Maxey has it, working on Hart, whips it over to Grimes. Grimes being guarded by Shaman. Between the leg dribbling, nothing there. Whips it over to Oubre for a left wing three, no good. Rebound, Josh Hart, and he's fouled by Bona as he was dribbling the ball up the court. Picks up a foul on Bona. That'll be his second personal. Knicks are not in the bonus. They'll have it side out. Bridges inbounds to Landry Shaman. Working on Maxey. Left side. Back to the middle. Whips it over to Josh Hart on the left wing. DHO to Anunoby. Anunoby just above the foul line area. Step back jumper. No good. Rebound Philadelphia. Here's Tyrese Maxey into the front court. Dribbling left on the left side. Looking to work on Bridges. He says he wants a 5 flat. He drives. Kicks out to Oubre. Oubre on the right side, driving left. Pull up around the free throw area. Shot is short off the rim. Battle for the loose ball. On the floor is Bona and Hart. And Philly comes up with it. Maxey tries to whip it over to Grimes. Stolen by Brunson. Takes the bump. Flip shot. Layup is good.
Driving and thriving.
That time, the captain driving on Maxey. Here's Philadelphia into the front court. Maxey gets a switch on to OG. OG almost gets a steal. Philly retains it. Over to Grimes. Long right wing three. Air ball no good. Saved by Bona. Inbounds to the Knicks. Here's Josh Hart. Whips a pass over to a cut-in. Anunoby running down the lane.
Slicing and dicing inside.
Was Anunoby. Off the nice feed from Josh Hart. Knicks lead 58-57 with a minute remaining in the second. Here's Maxey. Working on Josh Hart. Spinning. Foul line shot short. No good. Rebound Bridges. Outlet to Brunson. Brunson penetrating on Paul George. Takes a bump. Flip shot at the basket. No good. Let's see if they'll call it in the act of shooting. And Tony Brothers says yes. We'll send Brunson to the line for 2. Great defense on that play there as Brunson got into the passing lane to cause the Philadelphia turnover. And the replay of Hart finding Anunoby cut into the basket. Back to live action. VJ Edgecombe substituting back into the game for Quentin Grimes. Anunoby at the line. Knicks will have it side out. Inbound to Josh Hart. Looking to work on Bona. Penetrate. Off the backboard shot. Good.
Driving and thriving.
That time Josh Hart strong into the lane, taking it up into the chest of Paul George. Here's Philly. 35 seconds remaining in the game. Whips it over to Paul George, right wing, corner three, no good. Battle for the loose ball. Philly has it. Edgecombe penetrates and puts it in off the glass. 1 point lead, 60-59, New York. 3-second difference, shot clock to game clock with 16 seconds remaining in the half. Brunson hits VJ Edgecombe with the Smitty. Look for a foul, nothing there. Came up short on the layup. Here's Philly the other way. Long left wing three. VJ Edgecombe is good. But Brunson draws a foul on the crash in. And it'll be going the other way. But it will be after the basket. So they'll count the bucket. As it kind of looked like a bang-bang play that time. Brunson a little shaken up, but appears to be okay. as that foul will be charged against Bona, looking to crash the board on the VJ Edgecombe 3 and ran through Jalen Brunson. But that'll send him to the line. Philly leads 62-60 with 3.9 seconds remaining in the half. Brunson's first attempt. A little long that time, back iron no good. Be sure to join me for the halftime check. I need to know how you're feeling right now. Give me your score predictions. Leave it on scene in the comments below. Brunson, the second of two attempts is up, and it's splashed. 62-61. As Philly going to try to get a shot off with 3-second Edgecombe. Almost knocks it down straight on from the three-point line, but he comes up short as he front ironed it. And we got a tight one so far in this one. First half comes to a close. Philly leads 62-61. And we'll return with the halftime check. After these messages, you're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
Get ready to leave it on scene. It's the halftime check, live with Knicks on the Call.
All right, my fellow Knickerbockerans. If you're just tuning in, you have found Knicks on the Call with me, your host, Severe Elder. It is the halftime check. I need to know how you're feeling right now. Talk to me, Knickerbockerans. I want to hear you tell it. Let the issues be known and say it with your chest. What are your takeaways so far? Good, bad, or indifferent? We're locked in a tight one. So let me know in the chat or leave it on scene in the comments below as we take a look at the first half box score. Both teams appear to be shooting pretty well in this one so far. Philly shooting a strong 48, almost 49% from the field. Knicks are shooting a little over 53% from the field. Philadelphia has the three-point advantage thus far, shooting 8 from 17 downtown at 47.1% clip, as New York is shooting a paltry 3 for 12, 25% from three-point range. Both teams are doing fairly well from the free throw line, with the Knicks shooting 10 for 12 at 83.3% and Philly shooting 14 out of 20 for 70%. Both teams thus far is looking pretty strong in the assist column. New York has 14 and Philly has 12. But the Knicks are dominating in the fast break point category, 15-6. But Philly has the edge in total rebounds in the first half so far. As we take a look at Jalen Brunson, who's leading the Knicks with 16 points, followed by OG Anunoby with 13 points and has a rebound and assist, 2 steals, and a block. So Mr. Bulldozer Finesse is putting in work early in this one. Unfortunate for Karl Anthony Towns, who rode the bench in the first half due to foul woes. Only has 9 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists and a steal. And he did that in limited action. So if he can stay out of foul trouble the rest of the game, he can put more of his imprint on this one. And then Mr. Swiss Army Knife, Josh Hart himself, only has 2 points, but managed to give you 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals, as his animated antics got him a tech earlier in this one. So he has to be careful there. Out of all that's transpired thus far, no one has seemed to really been able to get into a rhythm to run away with this one. Albeit the foul calls, in my opinion, has favored Philadelphia so far. It'd be a strong topic, I'm sure, after the game, depending on how this one ends up playing out. So let me know how you feel about it, Knickerbockerins. We're doing live Knicks play-by-play, so be sure to hit that thumbs up, tap in the chat, and let me know how you're feeling right now. Leave it on scene for me and say it with your chest. Give me your score predictions. How do you think things will play out in this one? Will the Knicks go up 2-0? Or will Philly combat the Knicks with a strong performance to tie this thing up and send it back to Philadelphia 1-1? Let me know how you feel about it. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call. Second half when we return.
Severe Elder on the beat.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockerins. We're back with the start of the second half. Knicks have it. Starting five on the floor. Here's Towns whipping a pass over to Mikal Bridges for a reversal layup.
This unit is switching.
Here's Philadelphia. VJ Edgecombe working on Bridges, and he picks up a foul. Offensive. Philadelphia turnover. 63-62, Philadelphia trailing by 1. 11 minutes at the start of the third quarter. Here's Towns working on the free throw line, elbow extended. Try to get a pass in Anunoby, but it's deflected out of bounds. Knicks will retain possession. Inbound pass, Bridges to Brunson. Brunson stop, pop, right elbow, foul line jumper, no good. Here's Maxey working on Bridges. Gets the switch on to Towns. Good collapse defense. Out to Edgecombe. Contested three-point shot in the corner is good. Knocks it that time over Brunson. Knicks in the front court. Hard has it. Hits a curling Mikal Bridges, who penetrates. Shot is up off the backboard, no good. Back the other way. Maxey finds a rolling Drummond. Whips it over to Edgecombe. Out to Paul George. Looking to drive on Hart. And Hart gets called for a reach-in. As he anticipated Paul George's move. And looks like he might have pickpocketed him clean that time. But they got him for a foul call. And we have a turnover. Philadelphia. And the Knicks will have it. Just like that. Here's Brunson on the floor with Anunoby, Bridges, Towns, and Hart. Brunson working on VJ, driving right on the right side. Whips it over to Hart. Got caught up in his tracks, whipped it over to Karl Anthony Towns
Rising and surprising.
for a straight on. Top of the circle. 3-pointer. Nothing but net that time. Here's Philly. Over to Oubre, working on Brunson. Looks like a travel, no call. Gets it up on the glass. No good, but the tip back put in is good by Andre Drummond. Here's the Knicks in the front court. Towns penetrating. Whips it over to the right side. Corner three, Bridges. No good. Here's Philadelphia. Maxey looking to work on Brunson on the right side. Right wing 3-point line extended. Drives inside. Flip shot off the backboard is good. 69-66. Philadelphia leads. Brunson in the front court. Get a screen from Towns. Whips it over to Hart. Movement on the weak side. Hart probing. 3-point line extended. Whips it over to Anunoby for a right wing three is short. Side iron, but the rebound put back and jumper is good by Mikal Bridges.
Rising and surprising.
Got it to fall that time. Here's Philly the other way. Paul George stopping and popping on the left side from three is good. Bridges back the other way on the right side. Gets it over to Towns. Pump fake. Drives left on the left side. Shot is up and good.
Driving and thriving.
That time was Karl Anthony Towns and picks up the and one. Charged against Andre Drummond. He'll go to the line looking to complete the 3-point play. As we take a look at the replay. Great job from Towns that time, who's only seen limited minutes due to being in foul trouble. Completes the 3-point play. Knicks trail by 1. 72-71 with 8:15 remaining in the third. Here's Paul George. Driving left, whip out pass to Oubre in the corner, puts it down on the floor inside, flip shot at the rim is good. Here's Brunson the other way. Working on VJ. Crossover, drop off to Towns. Towns penetrates, wow shot, flips it up and gets stuck on the top of the backboard. As they're going to have to break out the brooms, but it'll send Karl Anthony Towns to the line as he was fouled on that play by Andre Drummond. And Andre Drummond with the mop stick trying to poke the ball from out of the little area stuck in between the backboard and the cameras. And Karl Anthony Towns says, "Give me that thing, young man. I'll get it out. I got a free throw to take." 74-71. New York trails by 3 with 7:54 remaining in the third. Karl Anthony Towns takes a breather. Shot is up. Shot is good. 74-72. New York trails by 2. If you're just tuning in, you're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Here's Karl Anthony Towns' attempt is good. Brings the Knicks within 1, 74-73. Here's VJ. Over to Maxey. Calls for a screen from Bona. Being guarded by Bridges. Gets the switch on to Towns. Whips it over to George. Whips it back up top to VJ. Looking to work on Hart. Fancy dribbling between the legs. Stop, pop, pull up at the circle is good. Gives Philly a 3-point edge. 7:25 remaining. Here's Brunson on the left side, left hand, working on Oubre. Looking for a screen from Bridges, gets the switch on to Maxey. Calls out another screen. Here's Towns. Left wing three-point line extended, working on Bona. Does the sweep through move, and he picks up that foul on Bona, as his hands was a little too close to the cookie jar that time. Remember, Knick fans, let me know how you're feeling right now. Tap in and drop your score predictions. If you're rocking with Knicks on the Call, hit that like button now and subscribe to the channel. Back to live action. Towns on the block, on the left side, spinning. Shot off the bank is good.
Spinning, winning, posting and toasting.
That time was Karl Anthony Towns. Paul George would have it. Left side, wing three, is up over Brunson and good. 79-75, Philadelphia lead. Towns has it, three-point line extended at the top. Whips a pass into Bridges on the backdoor play. Caught VJ Edgecombe and Kelly Oubre napping that time. In bad communication as they lost Bridges on the back door. Here's Maxey. Sees a double. Forces the turnover. OG Anunoby in the passing lane. Good defense that time. And he'll pick up a foul on Paul George trying to recover. Great defense that time from OG Anunoby. Knicks will have it when we return. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
right, my fellow Knickerbockerans, we're back. If you're just joining in, you're listening to Knicks on the Call. This program is brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, streaming live to YouTube and Twitch TV. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Back to live action. Knicks have possession. Brunson in the Towns. DHO back to Brunson, who drives inside for the reverse left-hand layup, looking for a foul, but nothing there.
Driving and thriving.
That time was Jalen Brunson off the DHO from Towns. Philly in the front court. Here's Paul George on the left side working on Anunoby. Left wing three is way off. Contested well by Anunoby that time. Paul fell to the floor, but no call. Here's Towns operating from the top of the three-point line. Extended. Driving. Whips out to Hart in the corner. Pump fake. Drives inside. Whips it out to Brunson. On the right side. Working on Paul George. Step back three. Ooh, rattles around. In and out. Rebound Philadelphia. We're tied at 79 all with 5:15 remaining in the third. Here's Paul George. Trapped in the corner. Double team. Puts a shoulder into Brunson's chin. No call. Gets it out to Oubre. Three-point shot. No good. Rebound Hart. Pushing in transition. Falls to the floor. No call. Now the refs wants to swallow the whistles. And here's Towns driving inside on Bona. And he draws the foul. Not quite sure what's happening in this one, but there's been no consistency. As Philadelphia was looking for a travel, but Karl Anthony Towns managed to keep that left pivot foot down on the floor as he took two large steps from the pump fake and drive inside on Bona. Anthony Towns at the line for two. First shot is long, back iron, no good. Still tied at 79 all with 4:53 remaining in the third. Second attempt is up, and it's good. New York now with a 1-point lead. 80-79. It's been pretty tight throughout this one. No one has managed to take no more than a 5 or 6 point lead. Here's Maxey staring down Bridges. Gets a screen from Barlow. Over to Oubre. Oubre inside. Dunk attempt is no good. Contested well by the Knicks, and he draws a foul. And he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. And there was actually no foul at all on this play. The refs are off their mark tonight. And that'll be possibly number 4 on Towns. Let's make sure that's accurate. Yeah, that'll be number 4 on Towns as he's relegated to the bench. We're tied at 80 all, 4:30 remaining. In the third, Knicks with a small ball lineup on the floor. Brunson, Hart, Shamet, Anunoby, and Bridges. Here's Anunoby penetrating inside off the bounce pass feed from Brunson, and he draws a foul. Knicks are in the bonus. OG will go to the line for 2. OG with 13 points. First free throw is up and good. Remember, Knickerbockerians, this program is brought to you by SelfieCast Studio, streaming live to YouTube and Twitch TV. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And leave your comments below. Back to live action. OG sinks to second. Here's Philly the other way. Grimes have it. Whip it over to VJ Edgecombe. Hands it to Maxey, looking to exploit Bridges on the right side. Great defense there as Bridges picks his pocket on the turnover. Good help by OG. Here's Brunson between the legs. Left hand dribble. Between the legs to the right. Operating around the half-court line, working on Barlow. He sees a double, whips it over to Shamet. Shamet gets it over to Hart. And we got a stoppage in play as they call Hart for a traveling violation. The referees are doing a poor job in this one. It's 82-81 New York with a 1-point lead. Here's Grimes working on Anunoby, and it'll be the makeup call. The foul on Barlow. It's a offensive foul, moving screen as Brunson went tumbling down to the floor. Knicks will retain the possession. Here's Brunson. Gets it across the half-court line. Working on VJ Edgecombe. Gets the switch on to Barlow. Hang dribble, left, right, over to Anunoby. Anunoby strong into the lane. Stops, inside. Bank shot, off the glass is good.
Gyrating, devastating.
Was OG Anunoby that time. Here's VJ. Over to Maxey. To Grimes, penetrating. Loses the ball, ends up in the hand of Barlow, who puts it in for the stuff. Here's Brunson. Gets the switch on to Barlow. Hang dribble over to Anunoby. Back to Brunson. Brunson driving. Left hand on the left side. Flip up shot off the glass. No good. Here's Paul George the other way. Gets it to Grimes. Almost turns it over. Shamet closes out. Hart gets his hand in there and almost steals it. Paul George recovers over to Maxey. Between the leg dribble. Whips a pass over to Barlow. He's stuck in the corner. Whips it back out. Swing, swing, double swing pass. Ends up with VJ Edgecombe for a corner three. 86-84 Philadelphia out front by 2. 2 minutes remaining in the third. Here's Brunson. Operating on the right side on Paul George. Anunoby screen gets the switch on to Barlow. Hang dribble between the legs. Driving down the middle. Pump fake. No good. Whips it out to OG. OG stumbles, bumbles, and they'll get Paul George for a reaching foul. As Anunoby was dribbling the ball on the seat of his pants. As he took a spill that time, all Paul George had to do was just stand there and put his arms out. Instead, he elected to reach in and got called for a foul. That'll send Anunoby to the line. When we return after these messages, you're rocking steady with Knicks on the Call.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Studio, a broadcasting company.
All right, Knickerbockerins, back to live action. We got a battle going on. Both franchise players are leading their respective squads. Brunson with 18 points and Tyrese Maxey with 21. Before we went to break, Anunoby was sent to the line. His first attempt is up and good. Second attempt is underway and it's good. We're tied at 86 all. Minute 48 remaining in the third. Here's Oubre. Out to Edgecombe. Whips a pass, try to split the defenders. Turnover. Hart comes up with the steal. Transition. Bridges over to the corner for Brunson. 3 no good. Rebound Anunoby. Whips it back out to McBride. Pump fakes. Sidestep. 3-point shot, no good. Knicks get the rebound. Brunson will have it. Screen by OG. Bounce past OG. OG takes a wide open right wing 3 and knocks it in. Good.
Rising and surprising.
OG with 22 in this one. Here's Maxey over to Oubre. Swing, ends up in Grimes' hands. Penetrates, drop off past the Barlow for stuff as Hart comes up holding his hand on the play. Grimacing on the floor for your Knicks. McBride, Brunson, Anunoby, Bridges, and Hart. Here's McBride, right wing extended, penetrating, left, pauses, puts his pivot foot down, spins, finds a cut in Bridges, reverse, flip shot, no good. Here's Philly the other way. Knicks lead 89-88 with 30 seconds remaining. Grimes penetrates, bodies are on the floor, and looks like we're going to have a foul. And it's on Hart, who's grimacing in extreme pain, holding his left thumb. And he's looking at Mike Brown on. Now the trainer comes over to attend to him real fast as Grimes will go to the line for 2. His first attempt is up and good. 89 all with 30 seconds remaining in the third as Hart is getting some trainer treatment on the side. He's not asking out of the game. And now we'll have a timeout. When we return, you're listening to Knicks on the Call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
Back to live action. Grimes hit the line. Second attempt is up and good. 90-89, Philadelphia lead. 10 ties, 22 lead changes. Largest lead in the game was 7 by Philadelphia. We're locked in a tight one. 15 seconds remaining, 6-second difference. Shot clock to game clock. Here's McBride. And he gets called for travel. My goodness. A lot of referee activity in this one. As Philly will have an opportunity to close out the third quarter with 8.2 seconds remaining, up by 1. Substitutions abound. Here's Jeremy Sohan checking into the game. On the floor with Bridges, Anunoby, Shamet, and McBride. Your defensive lineup. Here's Maxey. 3 seconds. Takes a bump. Teardrop floater off the front rim. No good. Heave at the half court by Bridges. Almost banks it in. As we close out the third. Philadelphia 90. New York Knicks 89. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Knicks on the Call with your host, Severe Elder. If you're enjoying live Knicks play-by-play, be sure to tap in with me in the chat. Leave your comments below. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends. Those who can't see the game live can hear it live in full detail at Knicks on the Call. Tap in with me. How do you think this one will finish? Give me your score predictions right now, Knickerbockerians. I want to hear you tell it. You're listening to Knicks on the Call. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Severe Elder on the beats.
Back to live action. Philadelphia with the ball. Paul George dancing on Karl Anthony Towns. Jump shot is short. Off the front rim. Here's Hart in the front court. Gets it over to Bridges. Bridges into Towns. Towns whip pass into McBride. Nothing there as he sees two Philadelphia defenders. Dribbles. Step back three. In and out. Rebound Philly. Here's Maxey. Gets it over to Edgecombe, who gets it over the timeline. Start of the fourth quarter, 1-point lead. Philly 90-89. Drop off pass inside to Barlow, who scores off the VJ Edgecombe assist. On the floor for New York, Alvarado, Bridges, McBride, Hart, and Towns. Here's Hart trying to come off a curl, no call. And it'll be out of bounds. Philadelphia ball after it was deflected with Josh Hart coming off a curl play and got knocked down to the floor. And no call as we take a look at the replay. It was Maxey with a forearm to the back. Ended up forcing the Knicks turnover. Philly has it. Here's Maxey working on Bridges at the top of the three-point line. Gets it over to VJ Edgecombe into Barlow. Swing. Paul George ends up with a corner three. No good. Back iron. Rebound Edgecombe. Out to Maxey. They'll reset. Maxey looking to work on Alvarado. Alvarado in front. Good contest. Fall back baby jumper. No good. Outlet Towns. Gets it up court to Alvarado a little too hastily that time. Forces a turnover as Alvarado couldn't corral it. Here's George driving in on Hart. Kicks it out to Maxey for a right wing. Corner three, no good. Rebound Towns. Here's Hart the other way. Looking at Barlow. Whips it over to Towns. Out to McBride. McBride, no hesitation. Deep left wing three is good.
Rising and surprising.
Was McBride that time. Here's Maxey looking to work on Bridges. Gets a switch on Alvarado. Whips the pass over to the left wing corner to Paul George. He holds. He fakes. He backed down Hart. Round the elbow, foul line. Shots up. Fall away, turn around. No good. Rebound Towns. Out to Alvarado. Gets it over to Josh Hart. Back out to Alvarado. Reset. Into Bridges. Trying to establish Towns, who had a mismatch on the post-up. And it'll look like we'll have a foul call. Away from the ball foul. As they try to get a mismatch going with Towns on the inside against a smaller defender. Substitutions. Bridges and Alvarado checks out of the game. Your five on the floor is Towns, Brunson, Anunoby, Hart, and McBride. Here's Towns, backing down Paul George. Try to stuff it, but he couldn't get the stuff. Caught a spasm, gets his rebound. And he tries to reset on the post-up, and the ball is knocked out of bounds, and they'll say Knicks will retain possession. As Paul George says no, it was off of New York. New York has it. Inbound play, Anunoby, three-point shot from the left wing, no good. Rebound Philadelphia. Here's Maxey, penetrating, working on McBride. Step back, jumper is good. As he says something and points towards New York bench. 94-92, Philadelphia lead. Here's Brunson, working inside. Flip shot inside the paint over two defenders. Maxey and Edgecombe, and he gets it to fall.
Wheeling and dealing.
Was that time. Jalen Brunson. Philly has it. Maxey working on Brunson. Gets it over to VJ. Over to the corner to McBride. Grimes drives left baseline. Kicks it back out to Edgecombe, who penetrates, swooping. Layup shot, no good. It's an air ball. Here comes the Knicks the other way. Hart drops it off to Anunoby.
Position is swishing. Driving and thriving.
That time was Anunoby. Off the pass from Josh Hart. And we'll have a timeout. That layup will give Anunoby 24 points in this one. Knicks regain the lead 96-94. As we take a look at the replay, Mr. Bulldozer Finesse. From the dime from Hart, Knicks recapture the lead. And we'll have a timeout as Nick Nurse wants to talk it over. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats. Severe Elder on the beats.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, severe, yeah.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockerins, back to live action. If you're just joining us, you're listening to Knicks on the Call, calling Knick games live, play-by-play with me, your host, Severe Elder. Philadelphia has the ball after the timeout. Here's Paul George working on Anunoby. Step back, fade away from the right side. No good. Rebound Hart, who's showing no ill effects of that left hand injury. Brunson at the top working on VJ. Gets it over to Towns. Towns mauled and turns the ball over. Philly in transition. Layup attempt and Oubre is foul. Now, I don't know how you call that foul and miss the mugging on the other end on Karl Anthony Towns. Poor officiating in this one tonight, as Oubre will go to the line for two. First shot is up and good. Knickerbockerians, this program is brought to you by SelfieCast Studio. Streaming live to YouTube and Twitch TV. Second attempt by Kelly Oubre is good. We're tied at 96 all. Here's Brunson into the front court. Left hand dribble working on Edgecombe. Penetrating. Euro whips it out to OG Anunoby, who is contested by Barlow, who got a piece of that three-point attempt. Here's Maxey the other way. Left to right crossover. Working on Hart. Whips it to Oubre in the corner. Right corner three. Good by Kelly Oubre. Puts Philadelphia back up 99-96. Here's Brunson. Working on Edgecombe. Gets it to Towns. Three-point line extended of the center of the floor. Whips it over to Anunoby. Anunoby driving. Kicks out. Hart. Three-point attempt on the left wing is good.
Rising and surprising.
Here's Philadelphia. Paul George to have it. Working on Josh Hart on the left side. He's penetrating. Gets into the middle. Kick out Edgecombe. Right wing three. Back iron. No good. Rebound. Towns.
Resounding, rebounding.
Here's Brunson. Into the front court. Sees a double. Whips it over to Towns. Working on Oubre. Left hand. Driving left. Bank shot. No good. Rebound Philly in transition the other way. Maxey being guarded tightly by McBride. Brunson comes over to help. Cuts off the driving lane. Maxey backs it back out. Left wing three-point line extended. Shot clock down to 8 seconds. Oubre, long three, no good. Rebound Anunoby. Gets it to Brunson. Brunson over to Josh Hart in the front court. Back to Brunson. Screen from Anunoby. Brunson settles things down, looking to work on Barlow. Got him out on the left wing, three-point line extended. Hang dribble, left to right crossover, pull up, elbow shot, good.
Rising and surprising, gyrating, devastating.
Was Brunson leading the Knicks with 22, shooting 8 for 19. Knicks lead 101-99, 4:50 remaining in the fourth. Here's Philadelphia. Barlow out to VJ Edgecombe. Three is too long that time. Rebound Towns. Brunson will have it. Gets it across the timeline. 4:33 remaining in the fourth. 101-99 Knick lead. We're in the crunch time, clutch time moments. Jalen Brunson, hang dribble. Step back three is short. Here's Maxey the other way, looking to penetrate hard to the rim. Flip shot off the glass, no good. Ball's tapped around. Paul George ends up with it. Whips it over to Maxey for a wide open three. He misses from the right side. Rebound Towns. Here's Brunson looking to settle things down. In the front court, Mike Brown wants to talk to his team as he wants to get his players settled in. As we wane down the rest of these 4 minutes in clutch time, with the Knicks out front 101-99. Multiple lead changes. No one has really had a strong grip on this one. The game hangs in the balance. Who will be the clutch player to close it out for either side? Will it be Brunson? Will it be Maxey? Will it be OG Anunoby, who's putting on a strong performance, making a case to be the Knicks MVP of the playoffs? We'll figure it out and learn more about it after these messages. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company. You're now listening to Knicks on the Call with Severe Elder, brought to you by Selfie Cast Studio, a broadcasting company.
All right, Knickerbockerins. If you're just joining in, you're listening to Knicks on the Call, streaming live to YouTube and Twitch TV from Selfie Cast Studio. Knicks will have the possession. Side out. Here's Brunson. Looking to work on Barlow, top of the three-point line extended. Fancy dribbling. Crossover between the legs, behind the back. Spin. Fade away. Money. Jalen Brunson.
Gyrating, devastating. Spinning, winning.
That time working on Barlow. Here's Philly the other way. Maxey fires a pass in the corner to Edgecombe. 3:25 clutch time minutes remaining. Edgecombe pull up three-pointer over OG, no good. Here's Brunson the other way. Knicks out front 103-99. And Brunson will take a timeout as he looked over to Mike Brown, and Mike Brown must want to talk it over about something as he signaled for Brunson to take that timeout. As we take a look at the replay, Brunson working between the legs, crossover, left, right, behind the back, spin, fadeaway was nothing but cash. Remember, Knickerbockerins, tap in with me. Let me know how you feeling right now. You're listening to Knicks on the Call. We're in the waning moments of the game. It's hanging in the balance. New York with a 4-point lead. Let's see if they can hold on to this one. Knicks will have possession when we come back after the timeout. And now a word from our sponsors.
When you want to hear live New York Knicks play-by-play, it's Knicks on the Call with...
Severe Elder, yeah.
Yeah, Severe, yeah.
Back to live action. Knicks will have it side out of bounds. Bridges inbounds to Brunson. Sees a double. Gets it off the Hart. Hart mauled. Almost turns it over. Ends up back with it. Gets it inside the OG for the two-hand stuff attempt. Could have been called for a foul. Nothing there as he missed. Got it over to Bridges. And he knocks down a foul line extended pull-up jumper.
Rising and surprising.
Gives the Knicks a 105-99 New York Knicks lead. And then we have a turnover from Philadelphia. Josh Hart ends up with it in the front court being swarmed. Picks up his dribble and will have a stoppage in play as Hart vociferously in the faces of the referees, as if to say, hey man, what are you doing? What are you looking at? They're hacking and whacking me. And yet you're calling ticky-tack fouls on the other end. As we take a look at the replay off the Philly turnover, OG, who possibly could have gotten the whistle, went up for a two-hand dunk strong, couldn't get it to go, and definitely appeared to be fouled on the play, but the loose ball ended up in the hands of the Knicks that led to a Mikal Bridges jumper. So that's where we are in this one, as the Knicks look out to close out the game strong. It'll come down to who's taking care of the ball, who's going to value the possessions the most. Let me know how you're feeling, Knicks fans. Be sure to hit the like buttons, subscribe to the channels, and please leave your comments below. I want to hear from you. We're calling Knicks games live. Every play, every run, and everything in between. So stay locked in as we have the waning moments in this one. Leave it on scene in the chat. Knicks will have it side out. Bridges looks the inbound, has to hurry. Gets it in the Hart. Hart hands it to Brunson. Brunson gets a screen from Hart. Now he's trapped at the half-court line. Turnover. Grimes comes up with it, and Brunson says, I'm going to get my hands in here. And ties up Bridges trying to get a jump ball. Ties up Barlow looking to get a jump ball. And I believe they may have granted Philadelphia the timeout as Barlow looked to secure the ball off the Brunson turnover. Was trapped at the half-court line. Could have came off the ball a little quicker. Held on to it a little bit too long that time, as Josh Hart brought his man over, trying to give him a screen. And Kelly Oubre jumped the screen and ended up trapping Brunson at the half-court line. Philly will have the possession when we return. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
Back to live action, Knickerbockerians. Knicks are in the crunch time, clutch time moments, looking to close this one out with their biggest lead of the game so far. By 6, 105-99. Paul George is back into the game for Philadelphia. No Embiid in this one tonight, no Mitchell Robinson, as the Knicks look to take a 2-0 series lead. Here's Brunson working on VJ. Left side, double trap, gets the ball out. Towns whips it over to McBride. Left wing three in the corner, no good. Rebound George, pushing. Here's Tyrese Maxey. Oh my goodness, he picked up the ball, which looked like a discontinuation and a travel, but no call. As we get a foul call. Philly will have it on the side. 1:47 remaining. Knicks up 6, 105-99. Looking to close this one out strong. Here's Maxey working on Bridges. Drives left side. Left hand no good. Shot is up, in and out. Tip put back by Oubre is no good, but looks like we're going to have a foul call on the play. Tip didn't go in for Oubre, but Maxey gets the whistle as he penetrated inside the lane against 3 Knick defenders. Whining and begging for a call, and they granted it to him at least 5 seconds after the fact. Poor officiating in this one. That's going to be the theme tonight. Maxey sinks the first free throw. Brings Philly within 5. Knicks lead 105-100. Maxey with 24 points. Looking to capitalize on his second free throw. Shot is up, no good. Towns rebound. Gets it over to Hart. You got to push. Let's get it across the timeline. Gets it to Brunson. Brunson sees a double team. Comes off of it. Gets it right back. VJ's up on him tightly. They send a double. They send a triple. Gets it over to Bridges, who's stuck at the half-court line. And he tries to throw the ball off of Kelly Oubre as he was falling out of bounds. And it'll be a foul call on Kelly Oubre. Knicks will have it. Side out. Minute 17 remaining in the fourth. 105-100. Inbound pass to Hart. Hart has it on the right wing. 3-point line extended. Dribbling with his left hand. Gets it over to Brunson. Driving left with his left hand. Flip shot in the lane is no good. Air ball, but he'll draw foul. And that'll send Brunson to the line for 2. Both teams are in the bonus. As he did the old cuff. Bring the ball up and through 2 defenders. And got the reach and foul on the neophyte Edgecombe. Here's Brunson's first attempt. Shot is up and good. New York up 6. 106-100 with 106 remaining in the fourth quarter. Both teams are in the bonus. Each have 1 timeout apiece. Brunson has 25 points and 6 assists in this one. Looking for his 26-point here at the line. Shot is up. And it's good. That gives the Knicks a 107-100 lead. Here's Maxey working on Bridges. Inside, flip shot, spins off the backboard and in. 107-102. Here's Bridges. Across the timeline, whips it over to Karl Anthony Towns on the other side of the floor. Cat holds, gets it to McBride. McBride surveying, working on Paul George. 43 seconds remaining in the game. 107-102, Knick lead. Shot clock down to 2. Josh Hart, left wing 3, no good. Rebound, Oubre. Gets it over to Paul George. Paul George, hang dribble, gets it over to Edgecombe in the corner. Back to Paul George. Pull up 3, air ball. And rebound, Oubre is out of bounds. As he couldn't save it that time. And it's 25.1 seconds remaining in the game. 107-102, Knick lead over Philadelphia. They'll have it inbounding in the backcourt. Here's the full court pressure. Hard to inbound. Trying to get it inside. Almost a 5-second violation, and Mike Brown gets a timeout before they will whistle for the violation. 25 seconds remain in the game. That'll be the Knicks' last timeout as they lead 107-102. As we take a look at Brunson highlights. Working on Edgecombe and then working on Barlow. Playing with his food. Dancing and prancing. Baby fallback jumper is good. If you're just tuning in, folks, you're listening to Knicks on the Call with your host, Severe Elder, calling Knicks games live. Live New York Knicks play-by-play. If you can't get to ESPN, Peacock, or Prime Video, no worries, I got you covered. Giving you detailed commentary of what's happening second by second, minute by minute. Every play, every run, and everything in between. So if you're enjoying live Knicks play-by-play, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. And let me know how you're feeling right now, as the Knicks look to close this one out in dramatic fashion to take a 2-0 home court series lead. Knicks will have it after the timeout in the backcourt, as both teams try to get things underway. Here's Bridges to McBride, and Maxey will take a foul because the timer is not their friend. Gets the clock stopped at 22.1. 107-102 Knick lead, who pretty much just took control and command of this game with about 3 minutes remaining in the fourth, showing championship fortitude and poise as McBride puts in the first free throw. As Karl Anthony Towns gets substituted for, to a standing ovation. McBride's second attempt is off back iron. Here's Philly in a hurry. Maxey into the front court. Sidestep three-point shot, no good. Brunson to have it, looking to dribble out the clock with 9 seconds remaining. No foul. Philly is going to let him go as he dribbles around in circles, and that'll do it as time is getting ready to expire. And the Knicks take game 2 in this one, beating Philly 108-102 to take a commanding 2-0 series lead, their 5th consecutive playoff winning between the first and second round series. And we'll wrap it up with the recap when we return. This program is brought to you by Selfie Studio. You're rocking steady with Knicks on the call.
Severe Elder on the beats.
All right, Knickerbockerans, as we get ready to wrap things up, Knicks take a commanding 2-0 series lead in this best of 7 Eastern Conference semifinals. It was tight throughout, no team really had a competitive edge. Knicks managed to wrestle away the game in the waning moments as Jalen Brunson, Mr. Captain Clutch himself, came through in the clutch, settled his team down, and pretty much did the Jalen Brunson things that he normally do in those waning moments of the game. If the Knicks would have dropped this one, indeed we could have put it on the referees because the officiating was supremely poor in this one. In a game where we didn't see Mitchell Robinson or Joel Embiid in this one. Knicks still come away victorious, led by Jalen Brunson's 26 points and 6 assists. Had a marvelous floor game tonight as he ended up being a +7. And the Bulldog, Mr. Bulldozer Finesse, OG Anunoby. I can't even find enough words to express how superb he's been throughout this playoff push. Not only giving you fantastic defensive efforts, but his offensive prowess has been on display throughout as he finishes with 24 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals, and 1 block, leaving his paw prints all over the box score. Strong impact in this one indeed. And then there was the Catmandu, the big bodega, who played sparingly due to foul woes. Still almost ended up with a triple-double. 3 assists shy of a triple-double. 7 assists to go along with 20 points and 10 boards. He was phenomenal. Has to learn how to keep himself out of foul trouble. And he did all of that with only 1 3-point attempt, making 1 3-point field goal, which means he was getting involved in the painted area. And that's what we love to see from the Catmandu in the post, being aggressive and being big inside. And Mikal Bridges, who finally doubled up his performance tonight, giving you back-to-back great performances with 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and just did a phenomenal job defensively. So it's good to see Mikal Bridges coming around. And Mr. Swiss Army Knife himself, Josh Hart, had 5 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals, leaving his imprint in just about every important statistical category. Shot 33.3% from the field, so he has to work on that, as Philadelphia is going to game plan to leave him wide open. But the way the Knicks are moving the ball, I seriously doubt if it just gets stuck in Josh Hart's hand for any kind of last moment heroics, as the Knicks move the ball pretty well. And as we look at the bench play, Jordan Clarkson gave you a strong 6 and 5. 6 points and 5 boards. And McBride had 4 points, 1 board and an assist. And Huck Porty, who saw early action often, who managed to get in foul trouble himself, replaced Bodega Cat and got some early action and did pretty well despite the poor officiating. And McBride finished with 4 points. Okay, let's see what McBride shot from the field because he didn't look too great tonight. But the rest of his teammates had his back. It's been pretty much all the starters who dominated in this one. As we take a look at the team stats. Knicks shot 50.6% from the field. And Philly shot 45.3%. Knicks capitalizing on 40 out of 79 field goals. Knicks didn't shoot all that well from three. They shot well from three in the first half, but then it dipped, shooting 27 for 26 at a 26.9% clip. So we want to see them get a little more efficient in that area, as they were out shot from the three-point line. Philadelphia shot 38.2% on 13 from 34 from behind the arc. The Knicks also finished the game with 25 team assists as the ball was popping and hopping. So that'll make about 4 or 5 games now where the Knicks had double-digit assists, 20 or more. Free throw attempts. Knicks did well from the line, taking 25 shots and only missing 4 of them for 84%. Knicks were out rebounded in this one, 39-27. As Philly was aggressive on the boards. But the Knicks ended up with 10 team steals with multiple players, whether it was Hart, Anunoby, Bridges, and even Brunson got in on the action in the passing lanes. Philly dominated the Knicks in the block category, outdoing them there by 4. But in a game where it was pretty much even throughout, the difference was the 23-9 points off of turnovers. A lot of those steals ended up in Knick baskets in transition, as the defense so far has been pretty stellar. Mike Brown has finally got his team to commit to a full 48 on that side of the floor. And that'll pretty much do it for tonight's game. Again, Knicks win Game 2 of your Eastern Conference semifinal matchup against the Sixers, 108-102. Player of the game for me will be the Cat Man with 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists, who did a marvelous job despite battling foul woes all game. In the next game, we'll have the tip-off. Game starts at 7 p.m. on Friday, May 8th. The Knicks will go down there to try to steal Game 3 and get a possible sweep, if not a gentleman's sweep, in 5, with the 5th game being at the Garden. So once again, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in to Knicks on the Call with me, your host, Severe Elder. Be sure to give that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. and leave your comments below. If you're looking for New York Knicks post-game action, you can tap into YouTube to KFTV, Knick Fan TV, with Alex Tretoros, CP the franchise, and the rest of the crew. That'll do it for me. Till next time, peace out.